Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Becky, and I'm from the United Kingdom, and I am a survivor of domestic abuse. And I welcome you to what is the first of a series of letters and personal essays written by members of the domestic abuse survivor community. So who are we? Well, I and a group of 8 other people have spent months poring over every document made available within the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard abuse case. Within this group, we have a journalist, a forensic pathologist, law researchers in both the UK and the US, plus others who are survivors of domestic abuse. We've taken exception to Miss Heard claiming to speak for us, but due to the nature of the jobs of the others within this group and different levels of comfort in public speaking, I've been nominated to become the voice of this project. Our aim is to calmly and rationally address various members of this saga, as we believe that if Amber Heard continues to claim to speak for us, then she must answer the questions of the community she claims to speak for. We're not here to be petty or to throw insults. Each letter or spoken essay will be from a survivor of domestic abuse. Everyone involved has decided to share their own personal story of abuse and how they left that situation in hopes to help people in the future. So our aims of this project are simple. Amber Heard does not speak for me as a victim of abuse. Amber Heard does not represent our struggle, and she does not have the right to claim to advocate for us. Unless, of course, she answers the questions that us as a community have for her. If you'd like to get involved or just simply want to learn more, I've put links in the description to some of the creators who have helped in providing information that we've desperately needed, including Les, Shelby and Stevie, from Spiritually Empowered Coaching, Shelby Soup and Stevie J. Raw. They all provide detailed rundowns of all the events. They host wonderful live streams and in-depth discussions with people surrounding the couple. I highly recommend jumping over to them after this video and give them a like and follow for amazing content and a wonderful, supportive, kind, funny, accepting and loving community. We've used the documents made available by the courts in the US and by nickwallace.com, which I will put a link for in the description as it provides the details from the UK case. However, we don't want to be one-sided, and we suggest that you do go and do your own research and come to your own conclusions. We welcome open conversation from both sides here, but we will not tolerate hate. We will not tolerate hate to anybody in our comments. That's not what we're here for, and it is not the purpose of this project. So how can you help? Following the letter that I read today, at the time that this video releases, there will be a petition on change.org. This petition is for you to sign the letter, so we can have all of our collective signatures on one simple statement that you don't speak for us, Amber. But more on that later. If you would like to share a story or have any questions that you may have for any person involved in this case, then please check the description for a link to our Twitter. Now, on to today's letter. I personally wrote this letter, and this is my personal feeling on the subject. However, if you agree with my statements, then I would encourage you to please sign the public letter to Amber. So let me take a quick drink of my coffee and I will get started. Also, I just want to explain, I'm not going to be a faceless voice in this. I'm just not in the position to record a video right now, only just the audio. But video 2, I will be showing my face. So, here we go. A public letter to Miss Amber Heard from a survivor of domestic abuse. Dear Amber Heard, my name's Becky and I am a survivor of domestic abuse, and I feel there's a number of things that I need to clarify and ask. I feel the need to do this as you claim to advocate and speak for me and many other survivors. When news broke of your situation with Johnny Depp in 2016, my heart broke for you. No woman, no man or human should be subjected to abuse or terror, no matter the situation, no matter the surrounding circumstances, no matter the person, no matter who that person is. Nobody deserves it. The trauma, the pain and the hurt caused by these situations can never be measured or shown. The fear that continues with you daily throughout your life, even after an endless amount of therapy and self-healing and personal reflection, it stays in the back of your brain like a little warning light flashing and helping you navigate the world, staying cautious that others are capable of causing you this pain again. You are brave and courageous and an inspiration to others in that situation to see that they could escape this. However, Over the coming months and years, evidence has been presented by you and those around you which has disproven your own statements. Court documents and depositions have become available, and the world has been given a foot into the door of your marriage, your relationships, and your personal history. And I'm sorry, Amber, but things just do not add up. I've spent the last 6 months watching, listening, reading, and hearing the testimony of you and your inner circle, the staff from your previous home, and the evidence presented by both sides of the UK trial, and the evidence presented for the coming trial in America. I went into this process wanting to understand the inconsistencies I had read online, so I used documents provided by your own legal team, but it all served just to create more questions. I went into this believing the victim, that being you, Amber. However, after reading all of the evidence presented by just your team alone, my belief has changed, and it has become obvious to myself and those who have studied the evidence that the victim in this matter is Johnny Depp. So this is what has led me here, Amber Heard, voice of all domestic abuse survivors, the voice of all women empowerment. This is my notice to you that you do not speak for me. You do not speak for me as a woman. You do not speak for me as a survivor, and you do not speak for those who have been abused by anyone in their lives. If you wish to continue to speak for a community that sticks by each other, supports each other as we feel alone in this world, then we feel that you have some questions to answer first. A lot of questions, in fact, way too many for this video. This will be the first in many videos created to address you and your inner circle directly. The list of 101 questions Amber Heard must answer before continuing to claim to be our advocate is a video upcoming, and if you and your team would like to have an open discussion to answer these questions, I welcome that. As for this video, my goal is to let you know how your actions have directly, negatively affected those who are genuine victims of abuse. Speaking for myself right now, I would like you to know that personally you have made coming forward to disclose historical abuse that much more difficult. Your lies and your misrepresentations have set back the process by decades, and the damage that you have caused may be irreparable. And that's just for female abuse victims. The damage that you have caused for members of the LGBTQ community. And as for the impact on male victims, that deserves its own video and statement, which will follow this. As for others, I have reached out to many other survivors whose voices needed to be heard. After all, you do speak for us. I am not a bot. I am a 34-year-old woman who has been a victim of abuse for many years, and you do not speak on my behalf. If there are any victims of abuse who have struggled to come forward because they don't feel they were going to be believed directly as a result of the actions of Miss Heard, I implore you, if it is safe to do so, please come forward. Contact us directly on our Twitter page that has been set up for this purpose. You will be given anonymity, support, and we will listen. Your story does not need to be shared, but you will have a world of people here to support you. You are certainly not alone in this. If you're currently in a toxic relationship and you need help to leave and find a place of safety but don't know how, there is a wealth of resources online which will help. However, from personal experience, I know that this isn't always appropriate or safe, but if you contact through Twitter, every effort will be made to provide support, find the correct local services to you, and help you in the process of leaving. You do not deserve what is happening to you. The world is filled with domestic abuse survivors, and we surround each other when we are victims, and we help each other grow into survivors. Come forward and you will be believed. And finally, back to you, Amber. If something happens and there is undeniable proof provided in the future that you are in fact the victim and not the abuser, then I will issue a wholehearted apology. However, until that point, I support Johnny Depp as the actual victim of abuse, and your repeated false narrative will continue to be pulled apart by our community. We are not bots. We are supporters of all those who have been victimized by an abuser, and you will not minimize our experiences or our voices. Yours, Becky. Now, that is just my personal statement, but if you agree with that, there is now a publicly available letter for you to sign over at change.org, which will be linked in the description below. It's nothing spectacular, it's short, sweet and to the point. It simply says, "A public letter to Miss Amber Heard from survivors of domestic abuse. Dear Amber, I am a domestic abuse survivor. You will not minimize our experiences and our fight to become survivors by claiming that you speak for us. You do not speak for me unless you answer the questions the community you speak for have to ask." This video will accompany it, of course, and future videos will be uploaded. But what's next? Well, we are currently working on a video, 101 questions that Amber Heard must answer before claiming to be an advocate for domestic abuse survivors. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, but please remain respectful. Lastly, if you would like and subscribe so you can follow future videos, we've got lines of communications where we can pretty much assure that Amber will receive these questions, so time is of the essence. We need to build our community and we have each other's backs. So thank you for coming to hear this today, and I'll see you in the next video where we will be speaking directly to Johnny Depp. Please follow all the links in the description to all the wonderful creators that I've mentioned, and I'd like to say a massive thank you for joining me in this first video. It's been 6 months in the making to start this project, and the editing may not be great, but we've put a lot of work into this, and we hope that we have some community behind us to support us and to help push this. And I'm going to take a line from Hamilton. This is not the moment, it's a movement. We are a movement of people that do not want Amber Heard to speak for us, and we need a voice. And that is the purpose of this series. That is to give us a voice. So, I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and look after one another. Bye.